Hi, I'm Zack Pitt-Smith, and I've been teaching in the Oakland Unified School District for 15 years. This urban community of Oakland has allowed me to bring to light real-life issues of race, gentrification, diversity, and equity into my classroom. Music might be how students discover and wrestle with the real task, and the real task is becoming engaged citizens. Citizens of their school, their city, and of our world. Being a middle school teacher to me means raising conscious, engaged community members who are inspired to change their world. I want my students to see that developing their own musical voice within an ensemble is a metaphor for the larger context of growing up and becoming active participants in their changing world. Some of my proudest moments as a teacher are connected to our work outside the four walls of our classroom. In October of 2016, my students were inspired by Colin Kaepernick and chose to participate in the national protest about police brutality against people of color. That month, the OUSD Student Honor Band, which I support, just happened to be invited to play the national anthem before an Oakland athletics game. Because of what was happening in our world to people of color, many of the members of the band chose to take a knee while playing the song. I was incredibly inspired by the fearless initiative they showed in kneeling and their trust in me and their community to back them up, despite knowing that they were about to unleash a days-long national backlash, which swept into Oakland after their move hit the news. I know that the discussions in our classroom about racism and social justice helped spark the activist spirit that prompted their courageous display. Their commitment to speaking truth to power was and always will be an enormous inspiration to me, and it reminds me that we must always give voice to the voiceless in our society. In 2019, we were overwhelmed by an invitation to take part in the Pixar Disney movie Soul. This opportunity arose through sheer luck because my students were performing at the right place at the right time. Our jazz band was performing at Yoshi's Jazz Club in Oakland. And serendipitously, in the audience that night was a producer from Pixar who decided on the spot that she wanted to have us in the movie. Of course, the moral is you never know whose path you might cross and how any encounter could change your life. I'm profoundly grateful that my students were given this chance to be on the silver screen and perform in a blockbuster movie, especially one that focuses on jazz musicians and music educators and that features Black characters. I see every day just how critical it is for teachers to recognize their students for who they are and believe in their innate ability to become anything they put their mind to. My students know that their opinions matter and they have the power to make collaborative decisions in my classroom. Much of my teaching methodology is a direct result of how I was raised, striving to develop understanding and to celebrate others' experiences and perspectives. My training in ethnomusicology has helped me design curricula that expose students to music cultures from around the world, while opening their ears to other modes of expression and perspectives. I often tell my students that the world can be very different if you see it from a different angle, and music can sound very different if you're playing a different instrument. For me, being a music teacher isn't just about teaching young people how to play instruments. It's about inspiring my students to always express themselves and to do so with passion, commitment, and confidence. Whether they're using their instruments, a pen and paper, or their voice, they are powerful and they have something important to say.